Ah, how about them apples? And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto. Actually, turn this. Here we go. Now we're live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 1160. Today is Wednesday, October 25th, 2023, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between the community and crypto most days, Monday through Friday at 10ish. Today's top stories: BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin ETF mysteriously disappears and reappears on DTCC site. Pro crypto lawmaker Tom Emmer ends hours-long speaker campaign. California bill aims to cap crypto ATM withdrawals at 1K per day to combat scams. And IRS extends comments period for new crypto tax rule to mid-November. That and more. But first, of course, we're going to go over these prices for today and give some quick shout outs to all the warriors that are joining the channel right now. I know I'm starting about 10 or 15 minutes late. I'm not gonna lie, I dragged my feet to the show. I'm like, the only thing that's going on is BlackRock's possible ETF. But there's a couple other happenings going on. So I was like, you know what? It is important to cover this. So here we are. All right, let me bring up these prices. Of course, we had a nice little pump the last few days because this ETF rumor and news and the excitement around that, which the price has definitely been affected by. Starting off, Bitcoin is pumping at $34,403, up 0.26% on 24-hour clock. Ethereum at $1,791, down 1.68. Number 5 at Ripple at 55 cents, down 4.38. Number 9, Dogecoin at 6 cents, down 2.35%. And Tron at number 10 at 9 cents, up 0.06%. Trending, of course, is Bitcoin. Pepe up 17.59%, and Taboo token. And Fear and Greed index has went all the way up to 71. We're at full tilt greed almost. To me, this is insane. I saw articles that we have the same type of what is it? Basically, this is the same type of market we saw at a $69,000 Bitcoin price point. Again, to me, it's kind of crazy. It's super speculative. I get it. I'm seeing articles come out saying that, hey, if a ETF is passed, we can see Bitcoin pump 12 to 14% and then 3% monthly after that. I'm seeing reports go as high as that, saying that, hey, Bitcoin can reach 54K in no time. Again, this is all assuming that an ETF is actually backed by Bitcoin buys. I hope that is the case. But again, I have started to look more negative at the market. It may not happen. Dominance, Bitcoin is at 53.3%, Ethereum's at 17.1%. So again, the greed is all the way in here. The bulls have officially been kicked out. And people are saying, well, there's no more going back or going down for forever at this point. We shall see if this is true. Until then, let me give some quick shout outs to everybody in the chat. What's going on? Patrick Walter, How Many Developer, No Cap, Wisdom Bars, Blockchain Bully, Live Hunt Game, Chloe Dior, I Am Will Godzi, Kino Green, Level 99 Slacker, see, Satoshi Slim, Voice Crypto, Go All In, people, LOL, DJ in Time, Ray Mata, Steady Stacking. What's going on? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Let's go ahead and roll right into it. Top story of the day. I know it happened a couple days ago. I saw the excitement on the price point as well as the news, but BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin ETF mysteriously disappears from, then reappears on the DTCC site. That's right, BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF listing staged a sudden reappearance on the DTCC's website after disappearing for a few hours. The ticker for BlackRock Spot Bitcoin Traded Fund, IBTC, has reappeared on the Depository Trust and Corporation's website after disappearing for a few hours. The price of Bitcoin surged to new yearly highs following October 23rd surprise appearance of IBTC on the website, with markets frenzied over the sign of a potential soon-to-come spot ETF approval. Really quick, one thing I will note is before this story hit the press, the price of Bitcoin was already slowly pumping, which means that behind the scenes, of course, people knew about this information, right? I will say that it didn't happen until probably the morning of or the night before, where we really started to see a push in the price point on Bitcoin as far as fiat terms go. So the good thing is that it isn't as what is it? The information isn't leaking to the point where like it was a week ahead of time where the price of Bitcoin is really pumping, right? Like that's a good thing to me. We saw when Bcash was listed on like Coinbase, like leading up to that, the pump already aggressively started happening. Then the day of when the trading stopped, the pump really happened, right? With this, we didn't see that this time. Like again, within I say 12 to 15 hours of the announcement, or at least it being spotted on the website, we already began to see the pump, but it wasn't like days in advance. So to me, this is really good. It shows that this information is being kept kind of really secret under wraps. And there aren't a lot of leaks for other people to do insider trading and stuff. Again, we only saw small pumps start to begin before the price, before this was announced. So first of all, I think that's awesome news that, hey, finally there isn't as much insider trading going on, at least with this one thing. And then second thing is, I think it's positive. It's a positive thing the way the market reacted. Again, I'm not sure. I wasn't sure. I'm still not sure as far as what's going to happen once the ETFs are approved. I do think we'll see what we just saw, which is some initial fervor. We saw the same thing for the futures market when they were approved. There's an initial fervor in the market. Oh my God, futures are here. This is good. But as time went on, like they literally slayed the Bitcoin price and the buying of Bitcoin at the same rate. You have to remember, if these ETFs are a raging success, we're hoping that institutions buy Bitcoin. Retail investors no longer would, as they will begin to get pushed toward ETFs. So a lot of buying power you're seeing right now from the excitement of an ETF, again, it could possibly stall or slow the growth of the Bitcoin price point from a fiat perspective if people are saying, hey, we don't need to buy Bitcoin, we buy the ETF, especially if the institutions are saying, we don't need to buy Bitcoin, they're buying the ETF. So remains to be seen officially what's going to be happening, but I will say, at least for the insiders and the fervor, that's is a lot of excitement and fervor going on, and we saw that in the price here in the short term. So you can see when the ticker quietly disappeared from the site a few hours later, Bitcoin's price slumped nearly 3%, indicating that much of the trading activity seems to be hinged on watching ETF related developments. Again, you can't make the market do whatever you wanted to do, but to me this seems ridiculous that literally people are just investing in this based on what will happen with the ETF, or at least try and do a quick flip based on what's going to happen with the ETF. I don't know, like an ETF or other derivative product is going to happen regardless. Like that's the maturation of the market. They're going to offer some type of financial product, whether it's an ETF or something that's brand new and made up. They're going to offer it. So I think that's coming regardless. I don't think that should really, the price point should be hinged on it. But clearly, I am not the entire market, and it's happening whether I like it or not. It's crazy. They said the other day it looked like the DTCC website actually crashed. Too many people were trying to log on at the same time. It probably was like it worked as a DDoS attack. Too many people are trying to ping the server and log on to the website at the same time. It's probably not used to that. I mean, it's DTCC. They're not used to thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people looking at their website a day. They're probably used to like maybe 5 to 10,000 eyes at most a day on their website, right? So to go from that to hundreds of thousands, which would probably happen the other day, that almost works like a DDoS. The server is just being pinged and pinged and pinged nonstop, and is not used to it, nor would they probably have the server space that they didn't pay for it, because they're thinking, hey, we shouldn't have that many visitors to our website, but it eventually crashed on the same day. So to me, that does show, again, the fervor is there. People are that excited about an ETF. We're seeing it in the price point. That part of it is real. But again, I'm looking more of the mid to long term to see what would actually happen once this thing is passed. But it looks like it's coming. It definitely looks like it's coming. And last but not least, it looks like the grimy, dirty games are going to continue. I better not see BlackRock with the first Bitcoin ETF. Are you freaking kidding me still? I'm not letting that pass as okay, I guess BlackRock's going to get it. No, we're going back there today. Is BlackRock really going to be the first one with a Bitcoin ETF? Shame, shame, shame on the American government. I mean, just can we at least hide the corruption like we used to do back in the day? Like, make it seem like we're going crazy conspiracy theories. Like, you're literally going to bring the corruption right in front of our face. You're literally going to say, yep, we didn't look at or approve any other ETF, and we're going to do BlackRock's first. That is, to me, still mind-blowing that we're continuing that direction. And other news, they were talking about Cathie Wood's ARK Investments. We're selling some of their shares. I'm not sure if it was a Grayscale Bitcoin Trust or just in general. Some of their different shares of Bitcoin that they had around as this price pumped. I think that's kind of interesting because, hey, she's saying in the short term, she wants to get the money and go. She wants to pay people off or get out of certain projects, whatever. I thought that was interesting. If we're supposed to be at the precipice of another bull cycle, why would she be selling so early? She must know something, or at least when it comes to grayscale specific. Not sure there, but something to definitely pay attention to. All right, really quick, let me go to comments, see what you all are saying over there. Let's see. Level 99 Slacker said, I hope I have enough time to buy a few more Bitmain S19K Pros before Bitcoin pumps to 40K. Let's see. Are we going to any crypto conferences next year, NT? Yeah, like I said, I am planning to go to the Miami conference, Bitcoin conference next year. I'll let you know for sure as it gets closer, but that is on the game plan. I'll probably start prepping for that first couple weeks of January. Let's see. I am Will Gods. He said, Will said, you said what I felt, LOL. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Did you see the Warren Buffett giving away Bitcoin scam? No, but I would like that sounds like a scam to me. What's going on, Memories of Mike? What's up? What's up? What else we got? Okay, cool. Oh, am I going to buy any IBTC? Be honest. No, like again, for me, I wouldn't buy a Bitcoin derivative. I would just buy Bitcoin. So, nah, I wouldn't say I would. It's in Nashville this year. What's in Nashville this year? The Bitcoin conference. If Bitcoin conference is in Nashville this year, that's just as awesome. It's a lot of fun. I've been in Nashville. I like Tennessee. So either way it goes, there'll be a lot of people probably getting pushed away though. That Bible Belt energy, boy. Woo! I always joke with my Californian friends like, you all are not ready for that Bible Belt energy. You don't know how this world works yet. At least not the United States. All right, let me roll into this next story. Oh, so sad to hear it. It's crazy too because I was pumping my man's up. Listen, I was pumping my man's Tom Emmer up. I was telling people, telling a girl out here, yeah, man, this old guy Tom Emmer, man, he takes over the House Speaker. He's Bitcoin friendly. The best thing he can do is ignore it. They had me talking like a straight up nerd, man. And then he threw in his cards. It didn't last, but for so long. That's right. Pro crypto lawmaker Tom Emmer ends hours-long speaker campaign is being reported. The Minnesota congressman was one of the only few crypto proponents in Congress being considered as a possible Speaker of the House by Republican lawmakers. And by the way, that whole fiasco is crazy. Your own party is voting against people. Who would have thought they saw it? Tom Emmer, the current majority whip and a crypto proponent. Whip. What's that Family Guy episode? Whip. Say cool whip. Cool whip. Now say whip. Whip. Cool whip. All right. You seen, you know what I'm talking about. Has Tom Emmer, the current majority whip and a crypto proponent, has reportedly dropped his bid to become the next Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, a position second in line to the U.S. presidency. We were so close. The Speaker of the House literally was at third in line. It's been a long time since I had my poli-sci degree certified. Was it third in line? I think Vice President, Vice President, Speaker of the House. Like, that is a powerful position. But probably what we think happened. Tom Emmer probably did have to go ahead from his party and other people. And the president and everything was like, oh, whoa. You talking about the crazy guy who's been trying to push Bitcoin and crypto? Nah, y'all can send me any other name but that name. I'm pretty sure something had to do it. Everybody was looking like, Biden and his team said send us up any other name but that name. We're not cool with it. Anybody who's waving the crypto flag can get the hell out. Okay. You remember Biden's trying or claiming, he claims to be trying to pay off the national debt, but instead he's taxing us and taking all our money and sending it offshore somewhere. But regardless, this whole crypto thing, he wasn't with it. We thought we can sneak one in at a high position, at a high level. It didn't work out. But shout out to Tom Emmer for at least getting to the next step. You made it, honestly, the furthest for any Bitcoin or crypto enthusiast. Literally, Tom Emmer has made it to the furthest point from any, like way more than Elon Musk. All he did was hijack some crypto names and put it on the website. All right, Tom Emmer was almost the Speaker of the House as a Bitcoin and crypto representative, as an enthusiast. That would have been amazing news. But again, on October 24th, Representative Emmer ended his campaign for Speaker after he was unable to secure the 217 Republican votes necessary to win on the House floor, a vote that had been expected sometime in the next day or two. The Minnesota congressman had only won the Republican nomination for Speaker early on the 24th, making the race for the position open to a number of candidates once again. I think the Republicans have dropped the ball on this one. But whatever, it is what it is. Republican support isn't there. I mean, I'm not gonna get super political, but if you've been listening to politics, people are basically saying a lot of Republicans are secretly Democrats, are flipping to Democrats and stuff like that, or they're just helping them. I mean, honestly, we haven't seen some of them act like this. Some of these politicians act the way they've acted until at least since Obama was in office. You remember Obama was in office, a lot of sides threw politics out the window too and just say, hey, we're gonna make sure we fuck this guy. But I feel like we're starting to see that here again. It's unfortunate, but the news story here is more about Tom Emmer and him not following through with this, or at least his party not following through with his nominations. But again, shout out to Tom Emmer for at least making it that far. President Donald Trump told his Truth Social followers that supporting the Minnesota congressman would be a tragic mistake. Oh my goodness. The former president's message followed Emmer expressing his desire to continue a strong working relationship with Trump should he win the speakership. Not sure what happened, but goodness gracious. He must have pissed off Trump. But as I just mentioned the Bible, but I didn't know Trump went against him. If he went against him, then yeah, a lot of those folks over there probably did as well. It's unfortunate. Not sure the enemies he's made or the friends, but he didn't get to live to see this one through, unfortunately. But maybe next time we can get a crypto or a Bitcoin enthusiast as a House Speaker or the Vice President or something. He was almost there though. Almost there. Let's see. Republicans are responsible. This isn't on Biden. Biden is Trump and his supporters. All right, there we go, price guys. I say it says Trump. Trump and his Republican supporters didn't want to get him. Oh man. King, for a noob entering space now, what 3 things would you insist they do as a Bitcoiner or altcoiner, asking for them and for me to focus my energy on going forward? Okay, top 3 things for a noob to do. First, dollar cost average. Figure out that price point you want to buy Bitcoin on a weekly, monthly basis. Start doing that. So that'll be the first thing. $20 a week, $100 a month, $50 a month, $5 a month. Doesn't matter. That'll be the first thing. Figure out what you want to do to dollar cost average, so you're in the game, you have skin in the game. Second thing I would say is, which isn't really crypto or Bitcoin specific focus, and this is off the top of my head, but I would say like actually create some goals that you want in this space. Do you want to actually learn to trade? Do you want to learn just to have something to supplement a 3% a year savings account? Are you trying to buy a car or house with this, right? Like, what are you trying to do? Because I feel like depending on what your goals are, you can realistically kind of backward engineer how you're going to do it, right? If you're looking to buy a house or a car one day off this, then you know you need to be aggressively throwing into Bitcoin, aggressively dollar cost averaging, and also probably looking at some of these smaller altcoin projects that you can strike gold with or whatever, right? Like that would be a strategy to use. If you're a person like, oh, I'm not looking for a car or house right now, I'm just looking to keep my money secure and to get a little bit of a kickback since the savings account sucks, then it's like, all right, well, all you really need to do is dollar cost average and forget about it. If it's a person who's like, yeah, I'm looking to do my business different or do my or change professions, then that'll be a entirely different conversation as well. So second thing is, I would say, first thing, dollar cost average. Second thing is kind of identify your goals, because it's going to trade your investing, your trading, everything strategy as well. Like if you're saying, I want this to be generational wealth for myself and my children, then stop playing around. Go get that job at 7-Eleven, whether you got your white collar job or not. Go get that job at the gas station, whatever you do for a hobby, turn that to a job and get those extra $30 a week, those extra $150 a month, whatever it is, get that extra money and keep buying Bitcoin, buy crypto. And third, I would say take as many, like not just our course or classes, other people's courses or classes. Remember we used to promote Crypto Vantage, which is the free newsletter and stuff. I still get that newsletter. They have great stuff in there too. I would say educate yourself. Really quick, got to talk about it. I finally finished that movie Crypto Boy. Wow. People, it ended like you would expect a movie called Crypto Boy to end. So to me, it was a great movie. Shout out to Crypto Boy on Netflix. You all did an amazing job of showing what it is like for someone who does not know what they're talking about in Bitcoin and crypto to get involved, especially get involved in a project that's doing we guarantee you 2% back a day, or they're guaranteeing 1 to 3% back a day. You know, he got involved in one of those projects. His whole community got involved and put his money in it. He put his own money and life savings into it, as well as his father's life savings into it, who's an immigrant and everything. I mean, and it ended like you think it would end. A fucking rug. I did say I was gonna do spoilers already. So yeah, a fucking rug pull. Rug pull, bad times for everyone. At least we're still alive. The movie ends. Listen, it ended like it should have ended. All right. And I paint that picture because literally, like, it was just that was the movie. It was a kid, really a young guy, 17 to 23, who didn't know anything about crypto, got people to buy into the company. The company hired him. He's selling it across crypto, doing all the wild partying, all the blow, and crypto, straight DJing life. And then everything we think's happened actually happens. It does not end well. And yeah, I'm like, I was telling my girl who's watching, I'm like, this is crypto. This is a real crypto movie. Like, this is the beginning and end story for many people in crypto, or at least the short-term beginning and end story, where they came in, got slapped really bad, paid some tuition, and left. But again, I think that's important to note, though, because that is the way the market has been moving for the most part. So the third thing I would say, to piggyback on that, the third thing was education, because again, if you're not educated, you're going to fall for these things at some point or another. So again, the top three things: dollar cost average. Third thing was education, and what was the second thing? Dollar cost average, whatever I said second, in education. I can't even think off the top of my head right now. So boom, there you have it. There you have it. All right. Let's see what else do we have going on. Patrick McHenry is doing a good job. Might as well keep him on. I actually said the same thing. I think Patrick McHenry is doing a good job as well. I thought he was doing decent. Let's see. Oh, it is. Okay, it looks like the conference might be in Nashville as well. All right, I got to check that out. If it is, that's going to be amazing. That would be pretty cool. Hey, if it is in Nashville, I'll tell you what, folks, we can go way crazier, because you can, like, it's a 24 to 26% discount on everything versus Miami, right? Like, you talking about Nashville, Tennessee versus Miami. Like, what? Miami, I can buy myself drinks. In Nashville, I'm buying us all drinks. So that's the difference right there. It'll be just as good as the conference was there. Let's see. 1199 Slacker said the current interim speaker, Patrick McHenry, has had the Bitcoin white paper hosted in his congressional website for 3 years. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, I did hear about Patrick McHenry back in the day. So shout out to him. Hope that works out and he gets to stay. That'll also be pretty cool. Let's see. What else do we have? All right. Looking for, I saw a couple other really good comments. 1199 Slacker, since I can't pay my rent with Fold card anymore, use a prepaid Visa card, pay with Bitcoin, has a 0.21% Bitcoin back reward, better than nothing. That's actually really good. One guy I get on the show, I got one of my secret weapons in crypto. I'm calling my secret weapon. Shout out to Josh. Josh selling soaps. You know what I'm talking about. He does know a lot of crypto things. He's a miner as well. But I was going to say, I need to bring Josh on, because I just saw a post he put out there where he's using, I want to say, either a BitPay card or something else that just got shipped to him, or whatever. And I know he's been using one of those for years, and he swears by it. So I got to figure out which card that is. I'll get back to you all as well. Jake Fever said that shit was BitConnect full story, LOL. Exactly. I said the same thing when I was watching it. I was like, this is BitConnect. Like, it's a good movie, people. It definitely is a good movie. The characters were pissing me off. They did a great job acting. The dad was pissing me off. The son was pissing me off. Did a great. I mean, hey, it was just basically me doing a crypto rant podcast throughout the morning watching the movie. That's all it was, essentially. You can imagine, like, I was pausing it and yelling at my TV every few minutes. That's why it took me like 2 or 3 days to finish it, people. Like, I literally kept pausing and yelling. I'm turning into an old man. Shout out to that new Bill Burr movie with the Deads. I'm turning into Bill Burr right now. Let's see. I'm going to need some Bitcoin positive body image movies to balance the info out there. I agree with you. I agree with you as well. What would you recommend to a millennial making 130K a year, 200K student debt, been stacking Bitcoin since 2020, just got over a whole coin and continue to stack, servicing my student loan debt with current INC? So, what increases, I'm assuming. I would say if you're making 130K a year, you're in great shape for one. Like, you're in really good shape no matter where you're living at, unless you have like a family of like 4. Because in California, they say if you make 100K with a family of 4, you are officially poor. That is right, people. I don't know if you saw the headline last week. California came out. They was like, all right, we're going to keep it real with y'all. You got a family of 4, you make 100K. We understand you are low income. And that is a true statement right there, if I ever heard. So unless you're in a place like California, Miami, New York, then 130K, you're doing fine, right? I'm going to give you some backwards thinking, but you got to remember, I'm a kind of a degenerate myself, so be careful my thought process. I would say this, two things. First, right now, especially being in a blue country with Biden administration, aren't they already doing stuff to cut school loans and do? I mean, I guess you got to work for the government, blah, blah, blah. My point is they're trying to cut school loans. I wouldn't be in a rush to even pay all that back. Let's kind of see what the government's going to do, what direction we're going to go. And if another blue president comes in, or if we swap back to conservatives, we go Republican, because if you get another Democratic president and this whole thing of reducing school loan, and I'll be honest with y'all, not with it. Not with it. Why? Because somebody's fucking paying for it just because you're not. Someone else who's making the 130K is the one's paying for your free student loans. Nothing's free. You shouldn't have got the degree. You shouldn't have paid that much. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, I went on a military deployment and paid all mine back. Okay. You think I wanted to do that with the money I made from deployment to pay back a student loan? No, I didn't want to do that shit. All right. But I paid it back in a lump sum because I wanted to get it. I don't want to be debt. I don't want to be in debt. I got rid of it. Did I want to? No. Now you tell me you just get you just get to get some free schooling? What we doing here? What we doing here? But seriously, I'm being serious. With that being said, you don't know what political regimes going to come in, what they're going to say as far as student loans, especially if it's like a massive problem for an entire generation, what it looks to be. Responsibility and accountability. It's hard for everybody, isn't it? Anyway, so with that being said, I wouldn't even be concerned about paying the whole 200K back. B, there's a shit ton of grants and payback plans and everything else to where you can actually apply for. People don't know this, but if you there's a ton of business loans that you can apply. Now, excuse me, business grants you can apply for to say, I'm doing XYZ, this is going on. They'll give you the money, no questions asked. 25K here, 10K here, 15K, 5K, 30K. I would aggressively go crazy on that the next few years, filling those out every year. As long as you get one or two a year, you might be able to knock that 200K down to realistically 150, 160K. It's not everything, but you knock away 40 or 50K in grants from businesses, business grants and stuff, you're winning. That's nothing you do. And then third, at 130K again, I would kind of break down the number off the top of my head. I couldn't do it. But honestly, something as simple as $1,000 a month should be more than enough. I mean, you're talking about the minimum on that. The minimums would probably be a few hundred at most. So if you're just going to $1,000 a month, I mean, come on, you good. I would go $1,000 a month on the loan, or the minimum, literally the bare minimum. They say the minimum 225. I'll go 225 on it. Keep buying Bitcoin for the next 2 years, and then at the end of the year 2025, pay it all back my Bitcoin money. But that's just me. All right, that's enough from that one. Let's see. Lolly has been giving me Bitcoin for certain purchases. There we go. All right, cool to see. Bitcoin conference and hot chicken. Just book my ticket. If it's really there, I'm about to look at it and book my ticket too ASAP because that's gonna be cheap. Let's see. I'm not saying it's over, but it's over for normal folks to get a full Bitcoin. They will have to gamble in the shitcoin casino to get one now. No dip soon. Listen, there is still a chance for a Black Swan event. I get what everybody's saying. Shouldn't be a dip soon. But like I said, you all forget we got a nation of gangsters in office as well as regulators. If you think they're going down without swinging, you are crazy. We shall see though. Keynote, I kind of agree with that. Keynote said life should be free anyways. We literally create money out of everything, out of nothing. Who the fuck do we owe and why? I actually agree with you in some parts. Like most things should be free, at least the basics for sure, for sure. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm just talking. All right, let me get to the next story. Sorry, Tom. You almost had it. California bill aims to cap crypto ATM withdrawals at 1K per day to combat scams. I am not with this. I am not with this. The article is in the headline. A new legislative investigation found some crypto ATMs charging a premium as high as 33%, while a few ATMs had limits of up to $50,000. Yes, that's nothing new as high as 33%. Like I would say that's 26 to 30% is the average. So 33, actually 3% isn't too crazy. But California legislators are on a freaking roll when it comes to crypto. And again, like people, I'm not even trying to go there, but I have to. I literally on the news last night watched a woman in broad daylight in Long Beach get sexually assaulted by a homeless person in broad daylight. She turned around and fell because the guy grabbed her, pulled up her skirt in front of a witness to in broad daylight on the middle of the street sidewalk, in front of another human regular witness eating lunch or on the phone or whatever. A homeless guy sees a woman, gets up, grabs her from behind, and he literally goes to jail or whatever and gets a $1,000 bail. So for those who don't know, that's actually $100. I think it's like 10%. So with $100, he's back on the street, right? This is the same state which is now trying to create regulation around the newest, the most modern, and the most sophisticated technology out there. Like, this is actually this is madness. I don't even have words. I don't have words. I don't have words. We have literally the most homeless people in the United States, and we're working on crypto bills. If it ain't about the money, I don't know what it is. Okay, it's all about the money. I'm not mad. It is what it is. But yes, California legislators proposed a new bill titled Digital Financial Asset Transaction Kiosk, calling for a cap on crypto ATM withdrawals of $1,000 per day in light of growing scams. Additionally, starting in 2025, the law will limit operator fees to $5 or 15%, whichever is higher. The bill, if approved, will come into effect on January 1st, 2024. So again, this is one of those honeypots to me. This is how they're going to get people to vote for it. You don't want those 33% high ATM fees? I can knock it down to 15% if you sign this bill. If you vote for this, if you go with this. And you're like, cool, it sounds amazing. Who would want 33% of a tax when you get 15%? And then you find out, oh, well, I can only get $1,000 back. Not only that, I keep telling you, the government plans long term. What they're going to do is get everyone's support by saying, hey, we're going to limit what these ATM operators can charge you. Now, really quick, if a Bitcoin ATM operator on average is charging 25 to 30%, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. Again, we've pretty much been self-regulated. So I'm against the government coming in and saying, hey, Bitcoin ATM operators, we're going to tell you what you can charge the general public. And it's like, no, clearly the price point they have it at works, or people wouldn't use it. So the fact that people are using it, and I'll give you my point of view, for example. When Bitcoin, like years ago, when I was really using Bitcoin ATMs, then yes, if I'm taking out a certain amount of money in Bitcoin or putting it in or whatever, that, let's say it's 26%. Let's go 30%. 30% wasn't really, like, when I'm trading, 30% doesn't scare me. A 30% fee in Bitcoin, when I'm trading, it doesn't scare me. Why? Because I can get the 30% back, like, fairly quickly. I can trade that 30% back. So that doesn't bother me as much. I think a lot of ATM operators know that, especially early on. A lot of people who are going in like 30% for a lot of crypto people early on, like, we can get that back. We figured that part out. So I think that was fair in the initial. And then secondly, again, this, like, the government, they're doing this for support. Once we sign over on this or sign off on this and we're cool with this and this is what it is, it's going to jump back to 33%, except the rest of the percentage points will be for the government. It will be 15% for the ATM operator by law. And then the government is like, well, we know we can get them up to 33. They're going to say, hey, this extra 18%, this extra 7, this is for the government. This is for Uncle Sam. Like, so we're going to see that 33%. Whether we, and what other part of the economy has the government been like, hey, we don't want y'all to pay so much. Let us help you. Like, I'm in California. I'm in LA. Gas is legitimately $6.80 in some spots, $7.10. Like, milk is expensive. Eggs are expensive. There is no place where the California legislator is like, let's have our citizens pay us less. So no, this is a fucking honeypot. They're trying to convince us, oh, yeah, listen, we can make this. No, they're going to do that in the short term. They're going to come back around and slap us. They're going to slap us with the same percentage point, except it's going to go to the government. All right, California, who do y'all think y'all fooling right now? This is crazy. Again, this bill is approved. It will come into effect on January 1st, 2024. How is this possible for it to come in effect within literally months? Like, it's crazy. The bill was introduced after legislative members visited a crypto ATM in Sacramento and found markups as high as 33% on some crypto assets compared with their prices on crypto exchanges. On average, a crypto ATM charges fees between 12% and 25%, according to the legislative analysis. See, this is like, stay in your lane. You are like, so in 2023, for the first time, you visit a crypto ATM, and then within literally weeks and months, you're like, well, we need to change the whole market and the way they're doing business here, because we didn't like it. In 2023, at the end of 2023, we didn't like how they were doing business, even though they've been doing this business legit now for the last 7 to 10 years. And we today, for the first time, looked at it and didn't like it. They need to change, and we're going to write this into law. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Also, this is the other problem. This is the real problem. They found these ATMs have limits as high as 50,000. They want that to be curbed. How can we curb this without going directly for it? Tell citizens it's the high price point. I don't even know how this can get legs, and the reason why they're literally, especially in Sacramento. No offense, Sacramento, but you shit on yourself with the way you look. So I'm just gonna finish the job, especially Sacramento. I don't know. I want to kind of look. I want to look. How many people are in Sacramento? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Sacramento mental population. Hold on, real quick. I'm looking this up in the background because I want to. All right. So figure this. In 2021, the population of Sacramento was 525,000 people, roughly. I can pretty much guarantee you, after being there and speaking crypto and talking crypto and seeing people, off the top of my head, out of 525,000 people, I would say a maximum number of people using those Bitcoin ATMs are 5,000. Maximum 5,000 people using Bitcoin ATMs in Sacramento. So not only are you literally 7 to 10 years late to this specific Bitcoin ATM party, but you come late, and you come late in the area where people don't even use it. That's probably why it's 33%. Why? Because you only have 10 people using it a month. If you put it in a busy area where you have thousands of people using it, it won't be 33%. You'll start to see that 12%, that 15%. But yes, if I have a Bitcoin ATM in freaking Sacramento, like as a business owner in Bitcoin, if I were to literally myself, King, were to put a Bitcoin ATM in Sacramento, I would charge 30% until I started to see the volume go up. Why? Because there isn't any Bitcoin volume in Sacramento. Like, what are we talking about right here? I can't believe this. This is real. This is how they're going to do it. And last but not least, I'm not with this also because I remember that time when it was I don't know, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Las Vegas. I think I've told the story before. All right, I'm on a rager. I'm losing money left and right to the tables. I'm pissed off, but if you know me, you know I myself know. In Las Vegas, sometimes you got to lose to win. And what I mean by that is, yeah, sometimes you climb yourself into $200, $400, $1,500 hole. I've done it before, people. And when I go back to the ATM and I want to pull out $2,000 or $3,000, I don't want my bank acting like a little bitch about it. All right. I want my money. I want it now. This is a real story. I was losing like a mofo one time in Vegas. I'm serious. I don't care. I have a number in my head. Until I lose a certain amount of money, I'm going to keep betting. I'm going to keep gambling. Don't bother me. I'm not going clubbing. I'm not partying. I'm going to get my free drinks at the table, and I'm sitting there and I'm gambling for 6 to 8 hours is what I do sometimes. All right. I was having one of those moments in my life. My cousin and my friends were walking by me, shaking their heads at me. They're like, bro, you have lost it tonight. I almost did lose it. It was a really rough one. It was actually the first time in my life I ever got a credit card. This is like 10 years ago. After that trip, it was a bad trip, folks. But anyway, I'm down. I've already spent like literally $1,200 on the tables or whatever. I'm just losing. I'm pissed off. And I'm like, hey, not only am I going back. So the first few times, what I kept doing was gambling like 200 to 300. I'll gamble 200 to 300. I lose it. ATM. 200 to 300, lose it. ATM. 200 to 300, lose it. ATM. So finally, it got to a point where it was like $1,200 or $1,500. I didn't even realize I had a cap on my ATM amount. And yeah, I went to go get money, and they were like, no, you can't get it. You need to call it back. I'm like, wait, what? This is the first time I realized you just can't get your money. I get on the phone with the banks or customer service, something I got on the phone with. It was late night too. I don't even know how I got through with somebody. Or maybe it was so late, it was early on the East Coast. It may have been what it was. It was like 6 a.m. on the East Coast, 3 a.m. here. Something crazy. But I got in touch with the bank. I'm just like, are you all out of your effing mind? Like, I want my money. I want it now. And they were giving me so much pushback about raising my ATM and what they could raise it to. I was like, if you don't put that shit on unlimited, they end up only putting it on like $2,500 or $3,000 or something. And I went in there and I maxed that thing out. And I think I had a decent trip, but I probably still lost some money. But my point was I had the freedom to do it, okay? I had the freedom. Well, initially, I did not have the freedom. It took some phone calls to a private company who had my money. How crazy is that to me when I say it out loud? But they eventually gave me the freedom to go fuck my life up in Las Vegas like a real American, okay? Some people just want that freedom to go and turn their life to shit, okay? It's not for the government's job to say, no, we're not going to let you turn your life to shit. Maybe I want to. So when it comes to this crypto ATM, I don't want the government to say, hey, we're going to stop ATMs from even putting 33% on there. And we're going to only let you take out 1,000. Like, no and no. For all I care, they can put 60%. I'll find their competitor that's cheaper, A. And then B, if I want 50K for my Bitcoin ATM,
Since I can't get it from the bank, apparently, then I want it. Like, that's it. Like, shout out to PFC Will, shout out to Trap. Capital Flight Controls. Our government, like China, is trying to restrict, monitor, and control where we send our capital, how we send, when we can send it, how we can receive it. And they're doing this because they are scared, which is crazy. We should be in fear if we have a government that's scared of its own citizens, which ours officially is. They don't even want us to have our own money. Like, they literally don't want us to have our own money. So no, I'm wholeheartedly against this. I hope it doesn't happen. However, I know how the show goes. And of course, you can't stop the rain. Oh, when it starts to pour, you can't stop the rain. Okay, gotta take it to my BMF people. You can't stop the rain. And California said, we're about to make it rain before this happening happens. We want our money and we want it now. Really quick, another provision of the bill will require digital financial asset businesses to obtain a license from the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation by July of 2025. So again, regulations coming from California, and no pushback in sight. Doesn't look like any pushback is going to happen. This is what it is. This is what it is. Oh man, this is crazy. This is crazy, people. Let me go to the comments. I see the comments are going crazy right now. I'm not even trying to be funny half the time. You know how this goes. What do we have in the comments? All right. Let's see. Any thoughts on blockchain and Bitcoin helping establish a sovereign block for people to participate, akin to be a citizenship to a country or nation? Yeah, people have already tried it. It's one island country that have already tried it, like digital citizenships with Bitcoin. I can't think off the top of my head. Is it? I see the name in my head. I can't say it. Is it Malta? Maybe Malta did the digital citizenships before. But so here's the thing. It kind of goes along with what I've been saying. Like, it's possible from a technical point of view. This is possible already. You can already have people be like digital citizens in different countries or Bitcoin blockchain establishment. We can already do it. What people are forgetting, which I have to keep pointing out, like our government, not only our government, everybody government is some real gangsters, people. They're not going to let people just take a bunch of money, get a community, and say, hey guys, let's start this new government or country. Sit like I keep telling y'all missing one. Until people are ready to pick up their guns and do it, it's not going to happen. You got to be ready to pick up guns when you do that. At least simultaneously, you have to be like, we have the money and resources for our own country and nation, and now we have the guns protected. Because again, like, I'm gonna tell you, I know, and I'm glad we don't have this like negative people and gangsters out there. But I'm gonna tell you how it works. I'm glad, but I'm going to tell you how it works. Let's say you sell drugs for a gangster, right? You can't just stop selling drugs. Like, I make my money off you making your money off me making my money. I make my money because you sell drugs for me. It's like an unspoken rule. This is all criminal shit anyway. This is on some part of being a gangster is pressing people, okay? You don't get to just wake up one day and say, hey, I think I'm gonna retire and go straight. Like, no, it don't work like that in gangs. It don't work like that in cartels. And it doesn't work like that for governments around the world. With the governments around the world, don't let masses of its citizens just say, you know what? We think we're just going to do our own thing now. Like, no. The last time that happened in America, it was called the Civil War. Okay? Like the American Revolution before that, when we tried to lead the Brit, like, no one is letting citizens just leave. Now, I want to point out how psychotic that is, right? How crazy it is that humans can't just say, I don't like the way this country and these people are doing things. I don't want to fight you. I don't want to take from you. I just want to take what's lawfully mine, and I want to walk away and do my own thing. It is absolute madness that humans aren't allowed to do that. But nowhere on this planet are humans allowed to do that, okay? Let's be fair. Nowhere, which is why I continuously scream out gang, gang. Humans aren't allowed to do that. So my thing is we can already do this. We can already have these type of things, but there's no government on the planet that's about to lose billions of dollars of human capital, if not trillions of dollars of human capital, all because we got a new toy. Like, it ain't gonna go like that as much as I want. Let's see. Todd said that's way too much a third. Oh yeah, I understand. A third of that tax. It is. It goes like that though, unfortunately. Let's see. PFC Will said, remember, we never thought negative interest could be a thing, but here we are. Heaven only knows how they will fight crypto. Oh, negative interest in general. Yeah, I know, right? Let's see. Hilarious. Jake, people like, this is why I love the Warriors. It's like I'm going on rants about crypto, the monetary system, public policy, geopolitics, and Jake is just like Dwight Howard sexual assault allegations against a man with capitalized man. Dwight is claiming everything was consensual, bro. Like, what? Y'all are almost as random as this Los Angeles fog and smog behind me. If you see it, we've been getting it every day. Once again, I'm crying. Like, where did this come from? And when it comes to all this crypto and technology talk, we're talking fintech, and we get to talking Dwight Howard. Oh man, I love the Warriors. Man, y'all are wild. Let's see. Keno Green said, when we get politicians fired when they suck at their jobs, how the fuck can you fail over and over and not be fired? That's because all the politicians are in on it. There was an article written. I'm not sure if it was for a national one or just a California one. They were talking about regulators and politicians, though, and they were tracking their success. Like, long story short, track the success and failures of a politician before they went into office. I say that because most of them are fucking losers, right? They're losers. They just haven't committed any crimes or do-gooders, so they are like they have all the qualifications, which are like baseline qualifications to actually be voted into office, right? But by and large, like many of them are losers. Honestly, not only when I mean losers, like they failed over there. They're seriously, and not saying this makes you loser, but I'm just saying in general, like because I've been through, go through, whatever. But it's like I don't appreciate someone being seriously in debt, having a criminal record, failing at everything they done, dropped out X, Y, and Z, and then they're like, okay, I can be a politician because I'm cool with everybody in the area. It's like you haven't done anything else right, but I get it. I mean, you got those types, and then you got the types like the Pelosi's of the world who go into politics, not wealthy or rich, and then as they're in it, somehow amass crazy fortunes of $300 million, $600 million. You got those, but my point is everybody's in on it, so they're not going to let each other get fired because if one of them are pushing for one of them to get fired, they can be like, oh, bro. Don't act like you ain't been doing nothing dirty over here. It'll just be this whole mud slinging thing. Instead, they're just like, listen, we're all gonna do this shit together. Ain't nobody gonna point fingers. All right, that's the way it works. Let's see. What else we have? Y'all are hilarious. These comments. Let's see. 33 attorney generals suing Meta. 33 is their magic number. It will jump back up within 3 years because they know what the ceiling is. Oh, that's true. Even if they got this legislation down, you remember they're waiting for Bitcoin to pump too, California, so that would jump within a few years as well. Let's see. Satoshi said, went to buy my eggs yesterday, and the range was $2.99 to $8.99. I'm like, what crackhead pigeon they got putting out these $2.99 eggs? Like all of a sudden, I can't trust $3 eggs. Exactly. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Hilarious. Let's see. Yep, the U.S. won't help its own citizens, but quick to send a few billy to the other countries. Look, you talking about something that, okay, I'm usually not on my political high horse. I do have one of my degrees is in poli sci, so I do deep down care about it. But honestly, if I was like, what is it? Was it if I was a radical, that Chinese balloon shit and giving money to other countries would be enough for me to like literally, hey, Proud Boys Part 2. We need to change in government, all right? We got a Chinese balloon up for 2 weeks and we giving away money. What? The U.S. has never needed a reason to fight, for one. All right, we got a Chinese balloon up for 2 weeks and we giving away money. When has the United States gave away money, people? What's some things we don't do? And that's one of them. Okay, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. All right. Let's see what else do we have. I'm seeing some crazy comments here. Y'all are hilarious. Bitcoin ATM is actually crazy. Wherever you should go, should accept Bitcoin. Hell, send me your Bitcoin. I'll give you 12%. Listen, that is officially conspiracy to launder money, Jake. I wouldn't be saying that. Old Mac, what's going on? What's going on, Old Mac? Long time no see. DJs know there isn't a free market at play. Kaiser, exactly. DJs are the ones that know none of this is free. Jake said liquor is involved. It was Patron and Hennessy. All right, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Enzo, what's going on, Enzo? Let's see. What else do we have? You all are hilarious about these eggs. So I can't make eggs a habit anymore. I used to have them every morning. All right. Oh, thank you for the tip. I just saw a tip come through. Jake Fever, appreciate it. You was talking about the homeless guy. I saw the lady. Thanks for the tip. Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, I did go off target. I did go off. But that's only because California is trying to make crypto legislation. We got homeless legislation that need to be made. That was a real point right there. Let's see. All right. Other than that, let me get to this last story right here. I'm laughing at these comments. This is hilarious. What's it? TO used to be my monthly stomping grounds. Canadian women love Brooklyn dudes. Oh, Toronto. Okay, yeah, I keep hearing about Toronto. I still haven't been to Toronto. It's on the to-go list because I've been hearing amazing things about it, so I definitely got to go. All right, last but not least, IRS said, hey, we want a piece too. Come on, hey, I saw y'all just bake a new cake. I got, this is good. Did you make this for your family? You won't mind if I get just a little taste, would you? That's right. IRS extends comments period for new crypto tax rule to mid-November. Woo wee, people. This year, I would say probably, I haven't said this since 2018. This was probably the craziest year for regulations. All right. Like we have been getting regulations and supposed regulations and votes for regulations. This has been the craziest year. I think it's about to amplify even more next year as the halving comes. Oh, they're going to go, what? Mark my words, January 20th to March 20th, government about to go crazy next year. They're about to go crazy trying to regulate. And then I think it'll die down and we won't, because they're going to die down. Once the market pumps again, once we get a bull cycle, all that shit ain't going to matter. Once you got 17-year-olds back around here rolling with 60K at their disposable, at their disposed. I can't even say that word. At their disposable, whatever. I can't say the word. You get what I'm saying? But once the bull cycle commences, no one's going to care about regulations, blah, blah, blah. But they will be on the sideline until the big, whatever big rug pull or scam happen, they'll be there waiting for that. Then they'll come in aggressively. I say that to say, well, I think we'll see a lot of regulations the first 2 months of next year, January 20 to March 20 after Martin Luther King Day. Of course, I start counting. Honestly, when I say first 2 months, my birthday is January 19th, people. I never count the New Year until my birthday every year, honestly. I celebrate New Year, but I don't count the New Year to my birthday, which is why I accidentally said the first 2 months. I actually meant that. So the first 2 months for me are after Martin Luther King Day to March 20th. So the first 2 months of the year, I think it'll be aggressive. I think it'll die down until 2025, midway toward the end. And then we'll see them come in crazy going after everybody who's made money. But with that being said, IRS is starting to jockey for position again. The proposed rules are supposed to come into effect in 2026, impacting sales and exchanges conducted in 2025, like I just said. Again, the good thing is, people, I think the government has officially given us a signal and a flag. We officially have another year and a half, 2 years. 2025, the regulations will commence. 2026, they will be serious. But we have a few years until then, so that's pretty cool. So what is this one about? The United States IRS has extended the commentaries period for crypto tax reporting rules proposed in August of 2023. The public consultation will last until November 13th. Warriors, get on this. The gross proceeds and basis reporting by brokers and determination of amount realized. And oh my, I can't believe this. I can't believe this is what it's called. They're trying to confuse people. It's called, let me say it. The gross proceeds and basis reporting by brokers and determination of amount realized and basis for digital asset transactions rules were made public on August 29. The fact that this is that long of this is a statement. How are we supposed to vote on some? God, can we vote to make this 3 words? Like, oh my God, under the regulations, brokers would need to adopt a novel reporting form to streamline tax submissions and reduce instances of tax evasion. The proposed Form 1099-DA will help taxpayers determine if they owe taxes and avoid having to make complicated calculations or pay digital asset tax preparation services to file their tax returns. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. This is about crypto taxes. My only question to the IRS is, what are you doing, IRS? For anybody who's all about this IRS and crypto taxes, make sure when you fill this shit out and you check that box underneath it, type in wherever you can, what are you doing about my crypto losses? No one's talking about, like, there's did 2021 or excuse me, did 2022 just not happen? Did Celsius, BlockFi, Terra Luna, FTX, Iron and Titan did these things just not happen? What crypto taxes, IRS? You really think everybody just rich and just chilling? What the fuck? Like, if that were the case, you can get it back off purchase sales, off of when people buy houses and cars. You can be like, how'd you get it? You didn't show us. But people aren't doing that. Why IRS? Because people have been losing money in crypto. So again, when they keep talking this crypto tax thing, it's like, all right, government, keep digging yourself into this deep ass hole. You can go after the right person, and they're gonna be like, cool, yeah, I do owe $3,000 in taxes, but I also lost 100,000 in crypto that I want back from you all, since you all are all of a sudden protecting the whole market or whatever. Like, this is IRS. Stay on the sideline, like you said, until 2026. All right. Maybe that would be a good time to discuss it. But right now, we're not even near that ballywick of discussion at all. So it's crazy they're even talking about this. The crypto community didn't react well with the proposed tax rules. Of course, DeFi Education Fund CEO Miller Whitehouse Levine called them confusing, self-refuting, and misguided, while Christian Smith, the CEO of Blockchain Association, highlighted the difference between crypto ecosystem and the traditional finance. And Paul Gruel, the chief legal officer at Coinbase Crypto Exchange, urged the crypto community to actively participate in the movement against the Treasury's proposed regulations. If the regulations become law, he added, it will put digital assets at a disadvantage and threaten to harm a nascent industry when it's just getting started. This is true. They don't care. They want the money, or what they believe to be the money. Like, they're just freaking greedy. Okay, it's crazy. I think we should be doing what we were doing 15 years ago, before cryptocurrency was even created, and that's doing whatever they were doing with the banks and financial market and dollars at the time. Okay, you are literally abusing a 14-year-old child, IRS, and American government. I want you all to know that the American government is coming. Like, literally, look at, like, that's what they say. Your business is a baby, right? Your business is a baby. That's true. And right now, Bitcoin is young. All right. I want to ask the IRS, the SEC, the Coinbase, or CFTCs, all the regulatory agencies of the world, at least until it's 18. Okay, 16, 17, when they're old enough to go to war. Can we at least, like, hands off the crypto community? It's too young. Literally, it is too young. Leave it alone, IRS. All right, leave it alone, government. Okay, seriously. All right, King going in on the astrological crypto TA. Hilarious. Let's see. Astrological crypto readings. Hey, it might be something. It might be something. It's something in everything, right? I would take it as well. I would take it with a grain of salt, but I would take it just like I would any other information out there as well. Last few comments before we call it a day. I literally meant to go on 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day. It wasn't that much news. I was like, I'm getting in and out, but they keep pissing me off. I told y'all, listen, you all should have watched that Crypto Boy movie with me. I was lit like this the whole movie, okay? You know I'm not lying. Oh, Mac, thanks for the tip. Too many of our elected officials are just crooked as a country road. They don't care about us. They're lining their pockets and hurt us with their greed, which is why I said bring that back, that molasses and feather. If a couple of them got that molasses and feather, and you look them in the eye and was like, next time it's going to be tar. Oh, boy, they'll stop. I think they'll stop. Let's see. Baltimore Ravens. Oh. Hey, Panama's me. We know it's Detroit up in here now, so let's not come up in here starting stuff, okay? Let's not come in here starting nothing. All right, it's been a great day. It's been a great day. All right. Go Lions. Go Lions. Let's see. They said go. They love chocolate man up north. Go to Toronto. Okay, we're gonna make it. CJ the smart guy. What's going on, CJ the smart guy? Listen, oh my goodness. You talk, hey, you said IRS 3 times with taxes. CJ the smart guy will pop up. Shout out to CJ the smart guy. If you are in the comments, make sure you check out CJ the smart guy. He is your crypto accountant, your tax accountant. He knows a ton of rules and regulations when it comes to IRS and crypto. He knows I am in the middle. I'll say that I don't speak anything about it, but I'll let him do his thing. So if you are interested in these crypto taxes, check out CJ the smart guy. And CJ, since I just gave you this free shout out, all I'm asking in return is for you to hit up these IRS comments and be like, are you protecting investors if they lose money? Just do me that one. All right. Check with the IRS and see, are they protecting us if we lose money? Because right now, the last year, I'm pretty sure people could get away with a big win if they were to go at the IRS back and say, hey, well, you say you're protecting this crypto. I pay my taxes. I want my money. Now, on the flip side, I understand why the IRS is saying we're not going to do this until 2026. They want to wait until another bull cycle. They're literally waiting until another bull cycle happens. Like, they said we're going to start this in 2026. They know the happening is in 24. They know the market is going to pump at 25. They're like, your pocket should be lined by 26 when we come knock at your door. And you better believe they will be coming to knock at doors on 2026. So, yes, I agree. They're definitely preparing for the bull run as well. Let's see. Let's see, 10x on regs as we go through the election cycle, says PFC Wills. That's true. The election is coming up. He's right. The regulations, because everybody wants to prove that they're working. So yeah, the regulations are going to go crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh my, people are talking about Toronto. Like, okay, all right. Oh well, man, I'm gonna have to go through Toronto. They saying this is the where it's at for the hetero fellas. They said come to Toronto. Let's see. Okay. Oh man, everybody tell me about it. Yeah, I gotta check it out. If you remember, I've been throughout Canada a lot. Again, I live in Detroit, so the 15-minute drive to Windsor and all that used to be a weekend activity, especially in high school or college. You all know it's 18 and drink in Canada. So yeah, I used to go a lot when I was younger. Haven't been in a while, but definitely gonna make that Toronto trip happen. Let's see. CJ, the smart guy, said this also means that exchanges are going to be a lot more invasive and tell the IRS you owe more than you do. That's very true. That is very true, because what's going to happen is that the IRS is going to come down on exchanges so they can come down on us. I get it, and I agree. AI CPA sent Commissioner IRS a letter about this in April, and we still haven't heard anything. Oh, wow. Great stuff. Great stuff. This is what I'm talking about, people. This is our warriors in action. I would love to see what the response to that letter is, if you ever get it, for sure, because that's what I'm saying. Is like, you can't just keep screaming like protection, protect. Like, could you imagine the police was protection? Well, I guess it kind of in some places, but then it's like you call them, they don't do anything, they don't come. It's like, whoa, you at least pull up, bro. If I call you and like come help and let me like come write a report, like I'm paying you for protection. Like you're like, that's what essentially is happening. So same thing with the IRS. Like, you can't keep screaming tax. Like, literally, our country was started off of fighting another country because they didn't want to pay taxes. And now you all are screaming taxes, but you're not. Like, you should be screaming. This was so backwards about country. If the IRS and our governments if the IRS were to scream out protection, like real, if you lost money, hit us up. We're going to get it back. We're going to figure out your problem. We're going to give you solutions. If they were to act like that and lead with that, I'm pretty sure most people would be like, how can I repay y'all? How can I give you more money to keep doing what you're doing? But instead, you're not doing anything. You're just saying, give us more money. You can't do that. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. But I get it. Gang, I get it. All right. Other than that, that looks like that's the show for today. Listen, I'm highlighting Kaiser, people. Kaiser does not like the Lions, so make sure you send them some friendly fan mail. I'm messing with you, Kaiser. Oh man, Kaiser he said Lions will never win anything. We've already won a championship this year. I'm gonna need you to stop, okay? This is hurting me. I don't want to cry live, okay? Other than that, that is the show for the day. Last couple of comments. Mike Main said the crypto boy headbutt scene is what happened to SBF when he was in the Bahamas. Listen, I called the scene. So, long story short, one of the guys who lost his money in the crypto scam in the movie Crypto Boy, from the beginning, when they took his money, I said, oh, he gonna slap somebody. I literally said it. I said, he gonna end up slapping the shit out of somebody when he found out they don't got his money. He ended up headbutting people. I didn't expect the headbutt, but I knew somebody would be accosted for the miscalculation of who money they were taking. I knew from the jump. I was like, and oh, you know what? You're right. The other guy did get slapped. But here's what's so funny about that. He did slap his homie. And what was funny about that scene, he even told old boy, he kind of told him, he was like, stay out of it. And the guy was like, but what's wrong? And then he got slapped. And he was like, he told you to stay out of it. Hey, if a guy ever walks up to another guy that owes him money and he tells you to stay out of it, do yourself a favor and stay out of it. He already impressed him about the money. Don't try to be the middleman. You're probably going to catch a wild slap as well. All right. Other than that, it is a show. Again, check out CJ the Smart Guy. He's in the comments. He said there's a lot of legal ways to avoid taxes. You just have to actually plan and prepare to do it the right way. So again, for some of those high value folks we have on here, make sure you check out CJ the Smart Guy, or people who are just starting off, who want to make sure they're protected and don't want anything to leave out the way. Check him out. He does crypto taxes as well. Other than that, that is the show for today. If you haven't already, check out that Crypto Boy on Netflix. Like I said, it's a pretty good movie. We'd love to talk more about it. And we will see you all on Friday with some more news. Friday is Fuck Bitcoin Friday. If you have a coin you want to shield, please call in. I can't wait to hear about some of these new shit coins and shake my head like I'm really listening to y'all. But let's call in and talk about it. Smash that like.